Howdy again, everybody. This is Doc from Thoroughfan coming to you with the Name Behind the Race segment. And after the incredibly cold shower that a lot of handicappers look like they took, and fans too, with Arrogate's shocking defeat last weekend in the San Diego at Del Mar, it's time to heat things back up a little bit. We've obviously are looking forward to the Travers, the Midsummer Derby, happening in a couple of weeks. But of course, there's got to be prep races for that. And we have some great prep races happening on the East Coast for the Travers this weekend, both the Jim Dandy and the Haskell, which have great fields in them. And we're actually going to look at the Haskell as this week's race, where we kind of delve a little bit more into the name behind it. And it is the 50th running of the Haskell this year. And it's a very interesting scenario because you have history with the Haskell kind of coming full circle a little bit. And what do I exactly mean by that? Well, you're just going to have to tune in to find out as we once again look at the name behind the race. Summer on the East Coast means Saratoga and the Travers Stakes, commonly called the Midsummer Derby. And just like that slightly more famous derby that happens in May, there are some prep races that horses use to get back in the swing of things for the second half of the season. One of the big ones is the Haskell Invitational, happening this Saturday for the 50th time in Long Branch, New Jersey at Monmouth Park. It is a race named for a man who helped bring racing back to New Jersey in the middle of the 20th century. Amory Haskell was a native New Yorker who, after a brief stint in World War I, became an executive at General Motors. He then left there to create the Triplex Safety Glass Company. Selling that company in 1932, and always being a lover of horses and racing, he then turned all of his attention to being the leader in the fight to re-legalize pari-mutuel wagering in the state of New Jersey. Finally accomplishing that goal in 1939, he then set about bringing back the long-shuttered Monmouth Park racetrack at a new location by getting together a group of wealthy New Jersey businessmen to help him finance it, finally settling on the Long Branch location of today. Becoming president of Monmouth Park Jockey Club in 1945, he guided the new track through its opening in 1946 and presided over it until his death in 1966. He brought about many great innovations at the track that are now used at almost all tracks today. Following his death, a race was created in his honor called the Amory Haskell Handicap in 1968. The race actually was originally for older horses and was not changed to its current distance and age class until 1981. It has remained the same to today, where it is really one of the most important stakes on the 3-year-old calendar. There have been many outstanding horses who have won the Haskell, such as Point Given, Rachel Alexandra, Big Brown, and of course, who could have forget American Pharaoh just a couple of years ago. However, for me, one of the best additions, probably in what you could consider recent history, happened back in 1988, when there was a truly amazing battle in the stretch between rivals 49er and Seeking the Gold.
Teddy Drone is dropping back. Primal is right there. Third now at this point, and the trailer is Private Terms. 3/4 in 1:11 and 2, and they're midway on the turn. And the battle on the front end has 49er at the rail, but on the outside, Seeking the Gold puts ahead in front, and here comes Private Terms. 3 of them across the track, and joining them, Private. It's 4 of them across the track. Now Seeking the Gold in front by a head. Along the inside, 49er. Private Terms in the middle of the track, and Primal. And down the stretch they come. Head-to-head, stride for stride. 49er on the rail. Seeking the Gold on the outside. 16th of a mile to go. Noses apart. 49er and Seeking the Gold. Wow! Oh, what a finish. But I believe it was 49er by a nose.
So, what was that amazing history coming full circle connection I mentioned? Well, the favorite in this year's Haskell Invitational is none other than local New Jersey boy, Irish War Cry. Who is his owner? It's Isabel Di Tommaso, seen here at Monmouth Park with her sister. Isabel is on the left. Who is she? Why, none other than the daughter of Amory Haskell. Funny how things like that work. She has the unique opportunity to have the Haskell Trophy presented to her by her sister, Hope Haskell Jones, who was on the right in that photograph. They usually help present the trophy to the winners of the Haskell Invitational every year. Could there be a more perfect ending to this Haskell drawn up than Irish war cry winning for the family that started it all? I don't think even Hollywood could have done better.
Well, there you go. I really don't think you could write a better storyline for the Haskell this year. Hope everybody learned a little bit about the history and the name, and it really would be truly an amazing story to see Irish War Cry, the local New Jersey boy, come out and win that state's most amazing race, and not only win the race, but win a race that is named for the father of the owner of Irish War Cry. You just can't make this stuff up. This is what makes racing so great. That's going to do it for this week's segment of The Name Behind the Race. If you have a race that you're kind of curious about the name or history behind, drop us a line here at Thoroughfan. I'll be happy to research it a little bit for you. And you never know, it could end up on a future segment. I'm Doc for Thoroughfan. We will see you next time on The Name Behind the Race.
If you're an incredibly passionate thoroughbred racing fan and want to find a whole bunch of people that are just like you, why not check out Thoroughfan at thoroughfan.com. Sign up to become a member, get our amazing weekly newsletter, and learn everything and anything there is to know about this amazing sport we call thoroughbred horse racing. Thoroughfan, giving the fans a voice.